beginning of season 4, there's been a slight shift in the domestic power dynamic. Beth is the head of the household now, and family comes first.
Suddenly, there's a limiter on Rick. When last season, Rick was free to do whatever crap he wanted.
I have to ask? Yes? And you seriously don't see how that's a slippery slope? Damn it!
We know that Rick pretty much can't die. Well, that's not true. I mean, life is meaningless, so when does it ever end or begin? You know, say he can't die by conventional means. He's like a vampire. Like, there are ways to kill vampires, werewolves, and Rick. I won't tell you.
And then on the Morty side, he had this crystal, and we were like, okay, how would Morty abuse that?
Jessica!
It's sort of a metaphor for if you are playing it too careful for your entire life, are you ever really living?
It's just funny that that leads him into Rick's garage, and he starts f***ing with all this crazy sci-fi shit, like feral fluid and the Meeseeks boxes.
Meeseeks, look at me! Shield me from the law!
I think you'll be seeing more Meeseeks as time comes.
What do you want?
And that eventually, the show will be called Morty and Meeseeks.
Ooh, yeah!
The toilet episode is just an exploration of Rick's isolation, starting with something a lot of people can relate to, which is being a shy pooper.
He has a secret pooping place.
Man, you, Summer.
And then somebody had the idea that what if he goes there and somebody else is shitting there? And we were off to the races.
Poop with me, Tony. Poop with me.
The thing that I love is showing how lonely Rick is, and then his rejection of friendship from someone who really is like a good person.
You're not gonna kill me? Don't tell me what to do!
You know, Rick starts out thinking that Tony's just another individual he's gonna have to kill or bully to get what he wants, and he's surprised by Tony's fearlessness.
What the?
It turns into a story about Rick's capacity for friendship.
I have a million cooler friends than you. I'll be seeing you.
I think also just the shock of this person dying. It just kind of, I think it further cements Rick as this lonely person who's never gonna get close to anybody. You know, it's like, why bother?
There he is! There's our guy! Long live the big bad doo-doo daddy!
The episode starts when Rick and Morty are on an adventure and they find that something that they've been looking for has been stolen by a heist expert named
Miles Knightley. He's a hack piece of shit! I'm gonna kill him!
Who Rick has a serious, not just grudge against, but he just thinks everything he does is hacky. Mainly because, like, if you just want the thing, you should steal the thing. Why do you have to make a big elaborate deal out of it?
What's the job?
That was it. Bye.
Yes, Rick's disdain for the heist genre is absolutely based on mine, yeah. I think Justin watched some heist movies at my behest.
Thoroughly enjoyed them in the same way I enjoyed The Room or Troll 2.
He like would text me, it's like, holy shit, dude.
When you get to the end, you're like, what the f are you talking? What?
And I'm like, I know.
Ridiculous.
I programmed you to believe that. I programmed you to believe that.
And I actually really like heist movies and love when you find out that it really was Brad Pitt that is in the SWAT team uniform, and you know, that's like the kind of stuff that I like.
The police were us in police outfits.
I mean, look, I'll be the first to say, like, I don't think you should make episodes based on your hatred of something. Whatever, man. Like, I just think it's ironic that the heist genre steals so much money from culture. Yeah, for sure, getting in there right on time with the Dragon episode, right at the peak of Dragon hysteria. Definitely a good idea always at the show that takes 3 years to make an episode to leap on trends.
Morty gets a dragon, and things do not go well, because dragons are from fantasy, and that doesn't really play well with Rick's sci-fi world.
You have no magic. Yeah, I know I have actual power. Not here, you don't.
It's kind of an episode about also like relationships and toxic relationships.
You slut dragon! You slut!
I felt like the dragon kind of rebellion.
We must begin a 10-slut soul orgy.
Wait.
That eroticism, in a way, is the path to defeat the patriarch.
This episode starts the conversation, and I think I should get Probably some medal for that. A Webby, I would accept that. Daytime Emmy.
Okay, I'll bite. What's with the talking cat?
The cat subplot was an attempt to just have fun. The cat represents that voice in your head in the writer's room. It's like, you're overthinking it, just have fun.
That came from like, it was Disney movies like Oliver and Company or anything like that. Like, they never really explained why the cats can talk.
No. The cat is here to save Jerry from overthinking it.
Where's the cat?
The Space Snake episode has been around for seasons.
It was an idea we couldn't quite crack in season 3.
We always knew how the episode was going to start.
We love the idea of like getting a flat tire in space. It's always fun to do terrestrial things in a dumb sci-fi way.
And we're laughing at how dumb it would be to see a little snake in like a little astronaut suit made for snakes. You know, like what is it doing out there? You know, it's like the dumbest thing ever.
They're gross little holdovers from when we evolved from worms.
My appearance is designed to be familiar and put you at ease.
We didn't know it was gonna be like a sort of time travel-y, like Terminator-y thing. That was the thing that turned it into a full episode for this season. Like we never had that before.
What the hell?
If we're gonna make a whole snake society and go down this dumb loophole and do all this dumb stuff, the biggest dumb leap we could do is time travel.
Damn it, Slippy, come on! Ow! Just please!
Snakes, they suck. They're not supposed to have space programs. They're not supposed to live and dominate a planet. However, if they do, there is one artifact of it that makes it all worth it. Snake jazz.
It's my jam.
Hey man, Merry Christmas.
Train broke me. It started out as like we wanted to just do like an anthology.
The difficulty with it was, who wants to watch stories when you know that they don't matter?
If we wanted one-offs, we'd do interdimensional cable, not some uptight, overwritten.
So how do you make the stories matter?
And we thought, like, what if they're trapped in an anthology episode, and what does that mean?
It's a story device, literally.
Just started having fun, in quotes, the word fun, with meta-structural stuff.
A literal, literary device, quite literally, metaphorically containing us.
Rick represents limitless potential. You can do anything, and it's like, yes, you can, and that's a trap, and you can keep them in that forever.
I don't like how meta this is getting, Rick. Shut up, Morty.
I think it's gonna be a favorite episode of mine, but I'd be the first to say, like the story train itself. But it got away from us.
I beg your pardon?
You know, Jesus, he's a cool guy. He looked great.
God damn. Jeez. God damn. We already did this.
I'm terrified of old men ripping off their shirts to show that they've been training a lifetime to kick your ass.
Jesus, the tickets please guy is cut. He's got those things. Gutters. Morty gross. That's what people call them.
What are they?
The grossest phrase I've ever heard in my life.
Whatever that means, I want it.
The combination of the words.
Disgusting and yet something to aspire towards.
It bespeaks of a volume.
You're gutted.
Whose is being guttered? Your own?
You are like 90% gutter.
I don't, where is it guttering to? Disgusting.
What is Glorzo?
Glorzo is peace.
Glorzo is love. Oh, is Glorzo.
It's the saddest alien species in the world. Like, it's very much like a dodo bird.
Morty, relax. They're face-hugging parasites.
We always referred to it as the Starro episode, which I think was a DC Comics thing. I always figure if you're biting something, just bite it until you have to change it so that you know exactly what you're changing and why.
That is called responsibility.
At a certain point, we thought, what if we just did non-linear storytelling, which, as far as I know, is like a first for us.
Last thing I remember, I was in a cave looking at some wet egg, and oh, that probably did it.
When they wake up, they have to go through and kind of piece together what happened to them.
Let's lick
after they cause a lot of destruction. And by a lot of destruction, I mean so much destruction. Like, some of the boys were like uncomfortable working on the episode.
They're the stock bad guys of every movie. Like in a Star Wars movie, you feel completely fine murdering thousands of stormtroopers. You don't think about it. But then we just wanted to switch that to like humanize these evil aliens. I always wondered, does the face hugger have dreams of its own? In a sea of chaos and tragedy and death. We wanted to have just this one brief moment of connection.
Are we allowed to do this? I don't care. I just want you.
Love and connection is all we have, so we have to value that.
Can we have a family? Yeah.
It's dark. It gets dark.
If anything goes wrong, which it won't, jump into the same vat of acid I jump into. Okay, wait, what? What vat of acid? Morty, close the door.
I'm very proud of that episode. It was a pretty quick process.
Quick death, come on.
We kind of wrote the episode as far as like figuring out the structure of it in a day, and all of us were still kind of weirded out that it worked.
It just came from us loving Batman.
And we were talking about what a staple vats of toxic waste were in the 80s. And Brandon Johnson, who plays Golden Fold, made the observation that that's just good for production value. Like, as if that's why so many people died in vats of acid in the 80s is because it was an easy way to kill people cinematically. Then we were just off.
Oh, Maron! Look at the size of the bones on that rack.
It was so dumb. All of us were like, this idea is incredibly stupid. The funniest thing we could do is try to make it a whole episode.
If there's something stupid about this idea with the bones floating up, okay, well, make the story about whether or not it's stupid.
And then go into just like very dark territory.
There's no such thing as a bad idea, Morty. It's about execution.
One of the biggest heroes of it is the director, because the episode was 5 minutes short on his own accord. He just did that whole extended plane crash sequence. That wasn't in the script.
They said kind of go nuts, and I read that book Alive in middle school. It may have traumatized me as a kid.
It's like one of the darker episodes we've ever done.
What did you do? I think it's more appropriate to ask, what did you do?
We thought it'd be so funny if it turned out that all of this was just an insane runaround to get another I told you so.
Did you have fun, Morty? Is this because of the vat?
But also, I think one of the most merciful episodes we've ever done. Like, all of us have done things we're not proud of.
Jesus, Morty, the AARP? I don't want to talk about it.
It's hard out there. Everyone deserves to have one acid vat in their life they can just jump into and have a do-over.
Damn it. Say the vat is good. The vat is good.
And that is the lesson of acid vat.
Grandpa, you boy.
I think that was just somebody saying, what if Rick f***ed a planet?
A question that everybody wants to know, obviously.
Who knows who said that? Someone who didn't want to work that day. But the answer was, I don't know, what if he did?
Okay, getting right into it.
This one is the first time jaw dropped. What the heck is that? What the? This show is very weird, very strange, but the theme is actually parenting.
We are going camping. There's trees over there. We're on solid ground.
I don't know how often the whole family is together, but this sitcom tropey concept of them just going camping felt really good to me.
Son of a bitch. Jerry tried to be a respect family member. Finally.
And camping is something that Jerry would be good at because it's basically like being homeless.
That's the camping spirit.
With Beth, I wanted to see her with a construction hat on, like kind of like next to her dad, talking shop.
Why are the athletes going through the introvert sector?
Obviously, so they can bully the mathematicians and give us astronomers.
Irony is Beth tried to take care of Rick's kids, but her kids are of her size.
You know, the acorn doesn't fall that far from the tree.
Look at you, my little steampunk overlord.
And then suddenly, pop, Rick's girlfriend's man, Zeus, pop up.
Rick has said he's a god many times, so it was really exciting to see two gods getting a fist fight. I wrote this as a parking lot fight between two dads at like a softball game.
You wanna go, bro?
I love what we're learning about Rick. He's not a good dad, but he's so petty. He'd rather just fight to the death than let his daughter down.
Keep the city, okay? My daughter and I built that thing. It's important to her.
Kids come in, save the day.
I fucking love you so much. Papa.
Important story for the kids. They got taken away from spring break, so what did they do? They made their own spring break. I won't encourage all the kids to do, but who am I to say?
That's insane.
Are we dead? Did we die?
I loved it.
Oh God, I'm a clone.
You're not a clone.
For a while, we were content to not know whether she was or wasn't.
And who is that?
A clone?
I always felt like Yeah, she's a clone, which means that there's a Beth out there. Let's meet her.
Honey, you're back.
You seem surprised.
You never wrote.
And never exploded.
And then he proceeds to lie to both his home daughter and his space daughter about which one is a clone.
He told me you're the clone. What do you think he told me?
If one of you is still alive, you're my real daughter. If you're both alive, don't hurt the other one. She's just a clone. She's not worth it. I'm coming, baby.
That piece of shit.
I wanted a version of Beth that was more like Rick and therefore ironically hated Rick.
I came back to kill him, you know. I'd like to help.
Which Beth is real and which Beth is a clone? You jerk-offs ready to get the answers to your burning questions?
You know, what happened there that night?
I want you to decide.
Beth turned around and locked eyes with him and said, "Tell me what kind of daughter you would like me to be." Rick's response was to roofie her and avoid the entire conversation, which is an ancient Greek level of bad fatherhood.
And then he can't bear to even know which one is which.
Big money, big money.
Which is, I think, the most cowardly part of it all.
You literally don't even know which of your daughters is real. Of course you don't.
He made a non-choice and committed to it really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get no answers. But, and in effect, I mean, hopefully that's not a dissatisfying thing because the answer is one or the other.
The core of it is finding Beth some solace with that. And I think the only solace she can find is in there's none and being okay with that.
I don't care what's in that vial. Yeah, me neither.
I love having two moms.
And I love having two wives.
Isn't the more important fact that they both exist and the reason why they both exist?
Yeah, you're a piece of shit either way.